If you find yourself in your life right now today feeling unmotivated, lacking the energy and the vibrancy and the aliveness that you once had, and you want it back because you know that you're here to do something special with your life. You know that you've been gifted with talents and skills, and you've trained to develop those talents and skills to do something special, meaningful, and impactful in this world. And if you know that's you, then you got to get motivated. Because if you're not feeling motivated, you won't take the action. And if you don't take the action, you cannot produce the results. There are a handful of people out there in the world that will tell you that motivation doesn't matter, you just got to do the work. But if you actually study the highest performing, most successful people on the face of the planet, they will tell you that motivation matters. And for anyone that tells you motivation doesn't matter, they don't actually understand what motivation is. They don't know what it means. And so that's why I'm going to start this video, even though in a second, I'm going to share with you 3 very specific things that are holding you back from feeling motivated. And if you can rewire yourself, once you know these 3 things, then you will start to feel motivated again. And once you feel motivated, you can take decisive, confident action in the direction of your dreams and your destiny. But first, before I share these 3 things with you, I want you to be crystal clear on what motivation is and what it is not. Because if you think to yourself, well, I'm not feeling motivated, but does that matter? Like, do I really need motivation to be as successful as I want to be? The answer is yes. You absolutely must have motivation to do the big things that you are called here to do, that you want to do, that you know you're supposed to do. So let's just start with a very simple definition of motivation. Motivation, here it is. The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. Reason or reasons. I'll get back to that in one split second. But the second definition that I pulled up here is the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. You see, these definitions of motivation are really simple. Really simple. It's not complex. It's not rocket science. It is completely basic, simple, and fundamental. But here's the thing. It says a reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. So if you, listen to me, if you don't have reasons for acting in the way you need to act to produce the results that you want to produce, then you're not going to produce results because you're not going to act in the way you need to act or want to act to produce the results. You must have reasons. As Tony Robbins says, reasons come first, answers come second. And what he means by that is if you don't actually have a reason for doing the thing you're going to do, you're going to lack energy, the energy required to persist long enough with enough effort consistently to actually produce the result. And so, friend, if you're struggling, you're stuck, you're unmotivated, well, you got to change that. You cannot think that you're going to produce great results in your life without motivation. Because, again, all motivation is a reason or the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. And if you don't know your reasons or reason, for some people it's singular, for some people it's many reasons, if you don't know those, then you're not going to act a particular way. And so the thing I know for certain is that there are all kinds of reasons that anyone could have, that you could have, that I could have, for why we do what we do. But here's one core foundational thing that I find unmotivated people often experience. It's this very first thing that I'm going to touch on in a second. And really, like when I get into 2 and 3, it's kind of like 2A and 2B, but you'll see what I mean in a second. But let's start with this first one. Lacking people who are unmotivated, people who are unmotivated. If you're not motivated right now, ask yourself the question, are you lacking vision? Do you have a big, bright vision of your future life? Of all aspects of your life, of your family life, of your health, of your financial success, of the work that you do, of the impact that you make? Can you clearly see in your mind's eye 10, 15, 30 years down the road an exciting, compelling future vision? I was on a call recently and it was a group conversation and someone made a comment like, and he had all the greatest intents with what he was going to say, but it was just, it paints the picture, which is, he said, sometimes I'd made a comment that your vision drives your decision, because people will often come to me as a coach and they'll say, JJ, what should I do? And I'm like, it really depends. The great coach answer is, it depends. Here's why it depends. Because your vision drives your decision. Someone that wants to build $1 trillion business is going to make a very different decision than someone's like, I just want to make $5,000 a month, pay my bills, and get by, and do as little work as possible, and everything in between. And so your vision will drive the decisions that you make in your life. And so we get on this call and I said, your vision drives your decision. And he said something like, sometimes doing the work of your vision can be boring. And I quickly quipped, kind of tongue in cheek, but also truthfully, I guess it depends on your vision. Because for me, the vision in my head is exciting. What I see in my mind's eye is thrilling and compelling. And I'm so thrilled to do the work to get to that vision, to make that vision a concrete reality in my life. And so if you don't have a crystal clear, compelling, exciting vision of your future, of course you're not going to be motivated. Because one of my biggest reasons, although I have many, one of my big reasons is I want to see this vision that's in my head become concrete reality in my life for myself, my family, the people I get to reach and serve with the work that I do, with the gifts that I've been given, with the skills that I've developed. And so if you don't yet have this vision of your future that excites you and gets you fired up, then of course you're not going to feel motivated. But if you have this vision, then everything can change. Because if you wake up every day and you see that vision in your mind's eye and you get re-energized about that vision, then you're going to get re-energized to do the work. Because back to the definition of motivation, it's your reason or reasons for doing the thing. Your reason or reasons for doing the work. And so one of your reasons might be vision. Because you've got a vision so compelling and exciting that you're like, man, I can't wait to get up and do the work to turn that vision into reality, to work on me, to work on you, to become the kind of person that can create that reality. And so one thing that I'll tell you, and then I'll get into the second and third points, which probably are the bigger trip-ups. Like, you might have a vision, but number one and number two actually might be the thing holding you back if you do have a vision today. And I'll get to that in a second. Holding you back from feeling that level of motivation and vibrancy and aliveness and excitement that you deserve in your life. And so I'm going to pull out this book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wiles. It was published in 1910. It's, oh my goodness, one of my favorite books. It's absolutely incredible. I highly recommend you read it. I've got underlines tapped, it's amazing. It's amazing because it's so simple and basic and foundational. It's not like you're not going to know this until 2024, 2027. This is from the early 1900s, and these ideas and concepts have been around much longer than before this book was written. And so here's something that stands out to me. He often talks about vision in this book. And here's one segment that I'm going to read to you that I think you'll find compelling and energizing for this concept of vision. He says, in saying that you must hold your vision while you are doing each act, because basically in the paragraph above, he talks about as you're doing the work you do, hold the vision of your future. So he says, in saying that you must hold your vision while you are doing each act, however trivial or commonplace, listen to this, I do not mean to say that it is necessary at all times to see the vision distinctly to its smallest details. So meaning if you have a big vision, you don't have to constantly all day long see the whole thing, but parts of it can be your reasons, each individual part. For me, some of my vision of my big, bright future is time that I spend with my family, vacations that we go on. Some of it's my health and wellness and fitness. Some of it's the impact that I make with my life. Some of it's the achievements, the accomplishments, the fulfillment of doing the work that I know I can do. But then he goes on to say, and this is important, it should be the work of your leisure hours. Catch this. It should be the work of your leisure hours to use your imagination on the details of your vision. And to contemplate them, listen to this, to contemplate them until they are firmly fixed upon your memory. Here we go. This is vitally important. If you wish speedy results, do you want results fast or slow? If you wish speedy results, spend practically all your spare time in this practice. He's saying, if you want to accelerate your success and move faster, build greater momentum, and achieve your big goals sooner, then all of your extra leisure time shouldn't be on Netflix. It shouldn't be scrolling Instagram. It shouldn't be on just looking at random things on YouTube. It shouldn't just be watching this. It should be on your vision and contemplating the details of your vision. Some people will say to me, one of the biggest challenges I think many people have, even high-level entrepreneurs that I get to coach, they don't have a crystal clear, compelling, exciting vision of their future. And some people, even whether they're big-time successful in their career, earning millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, or they're brand new to the business space and they're just getting started, when someone says to me, man, I'm not great at the vision thing. I'm not great at seeing the vision and seeing it clearly, and I don't have a vision for 10, 15, 20 years out. Like I can see next year maybe set some goals for a year or two, maybe three at the longest end. But like they don't have a compelling, crystal clear vision for 10, 15, 20, 30 years out. And I'll ask them, how much time and energy and effort do you invest into crafting the vision of your future? Virtually 10 out of 10 times, if someone does not have a crystal clear vision of their future, and I ask the question, how much time, effort, and energy do you invest in working on that vision? The answer, nearly 10 out of 10 times, maybe 99 out of 100, is I don't. I don't at all. I spend no time on my vision. I'm like, it's kind of like I just started going to the gym again earlier this year, like after years of not being in the gym consistently. I finally am consistent in the gym. And it'd be like me going to my 4:45 a.m. CrossFit classes every day, Monday through Friday, when I just started just a few months ago and thought, man, I should be able to bench like 450 and squat 550 and power clean a house. Like I should be jacked and strong and chiseled and fast and have great endurance. Dude, it's been literally years since I've been in the gym consistently lifting weights and pushing my body physically hard on a regular basis basically every day. It would be ridiculous for me to think I'm going to be the most jacked possible I could be, the most fit I could be, have the greatest stamina and endurance I could possibly have by working out for a few weeks. It ain't going to happen. I got to be consistently in the gym, working my muscles, pushing my body to get stronger. The same thing works with vision. If you want to have an amazing vision that keeps you motivated and excited, you got to do the work. You got to put pen to paper. You got to get a coach or somebody that can guide you through the process of asking yourself the questions. And by the way, it's really simple. Like I could tell you right now, what do you do to create a crystal clear vision? Ask yourself, what do you want life to be like in 15 years from today? 10, 15 years. What do you want life to look like? What is a perfect life? Monday through Friday, any month of the year. How are you spending time with your family? What's the work that you're doing? How many hours a day are you working? What's your flexibility? Where do you live? What's your physical fitness? What's your bank account look like? What's the contribution you're making? Are you writing books? Are you speaking? Do you run a business? Are you leading? Are you using your voice to positively impact and inspire people? Like, what does life look like? Are you traveling the globe speaking? Are you completely retired because you made your millions selling your business and now you're like, I just want to enjoy the world, travel with my family? Like, what does life look like? What would you love life to look like in 15, 20 years? So for me, this is not just about like, I want to make as much money as possible and retire. Like, dude, I will never retire because I'm on a mission to use my life and my voice, my energy and my communication skills to make a positive impact in the lives of as many people as possible. So thank you for watching this video because you now are giving me the opportunity to serve the purpose that I have. And so why do I tell you this? Because my vision isn't just I'm going to travel the world. Like some people are like, oh, I just want to retire and travel the world. I'm like, dude, nope. I would love to travel the world while serving my purpose. And I want to travel the world with my family and experience and have fun and enjoy it. But like, I don't want to just retire and be done from work. Work is meaningful to me, and maybe it is for you too. It probably is for you too if you're still watching this video at this point in time. So what would you love life if no restraints, no constraints, like anything is possible, what will life look like for you in 10 to 15 years? Work, physical fitness, health. Like once you get clear on that vision and you can paint a picture of your future that's bigger, better, brighter than your current present reality, you will feel motivated. You can't help but feel this level of excitement and vibrancy come alive inside of you. You will rekindle your inner spirit. You'll get fired up again for life. It will happen. I see it over and over and over and over again. When I coach people or ask them really simple questions about their future vision, they get excited. When they tell me their dreams and what they want to be doing in 10, 15 years and what an amazing life looks like, what it feels like. Their energy changes in an instant, and yours will too. They feel more motivated than they ever have. You must do the work on your vision. But here's the thing. You might have said, like, I got a vision, JJ. I still don't feel motivated. Well, you might be stuck in number 2 or number 3, but let's go to number 2 first. Number 2 is you don't believe the vision. Like you could have a big vision of your future all day long, but if you don't actually believe that that vision is going to become reality, if you have no confidence that it's possible, then you're not going to feel motivated. Because one of the biggest reasons people feel unmotivated or they feel stuck is they don't see a path forward. And very often people don't people don't find a path forward. They don't find their next step, so they stay stuck when they don't actually believe their big dream or goal is possible. Like, I found myself in those moments, not consistently over time, but like in moments, I get myself mentally stuck because I'll look to my future vision and be like, I don't even know if that's possible, man. Like, I just had these setbacks or these failures or I'm not making the progress I want to make, and all of a sudden I translate that into my mind to like my vision's not possible. So if I stop believing in my vision, of course I'm going to be unmotivated. Because if I see this big, bright, amazing, beautiful future for my life, but I don't believe it's actually possible, why would I take action? You will lack motivation if you see a big, bright, amazing future, which is the first thing I talked about, but you don't believe that it's possible for you. You might even say, well, I see other people doing it. I've seen my cousin do it. I see my friends do it. I see these people on social media doing it. I'm like, man, I want that for me, but I don't believe. I don't believe that it's possible. And if you get to that point, let me encourage you right here and right now. It is possible. And this might sound like a simple answer to give you, which is, it is possible, believe. But the fact is, you got to believe. You've got to do whatever it takes to stoke the fire and the confidence inside of you to know for certain that your vision can happen, that you can turn your vision into reality. And it takes work. It takes listening, feeding your mind and your spirit with the words, the encouragement, the energy, the belief of people, hopefully like me for you, but other people around you who believe in a bigger, better, brighter future for themselves and who know you and believe in you, and you can take their belief and their faith and their hope and their optimism and you can let it sink in to you. My hope is that my belief and my confidence in what's possible for you is contagious and you catch it right here and right now. I hope that my words that I'm speaking to you with belief and faith and confidence ignite something special inside of you so that you again believe that your big, bright, better future is possible. Because if you believe it's possible and you believe in it, you will feel motivated again. And by the way, this, like people will say, oh, the great Zig Ziglar once said, probably said it lots of times, but he's known for saying, people say motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing, and that's why we recommend it daily. Probably showering for most of us, but like, you got to get clean daily, you got to get motivated daily. And what it means for me to get motivated daily is to remind myself of the vision and to reconvict myself in the belief that it is possible. So if you have a vision, but you're not investing the time, effort, and energy to remind yourself to believe, have faith, hope, and optimism in that future, then of course you're not going to feel motivated. Because you've got to condition yourself to believe. And if you don't condition yourself to believe, you will start to lose faith. You will start to lose that hope. You will start to lessen the belief that you have in that future. And the more you lose belief, the easier it is to lose belief. Same as going to the gym. Like, I've been going consistently for like 11, 12 weeks now, whatever it is, other than missing a few days here and there for travel, for work, whatever. But like, if I just stopped all of a sudden, 6 months from now, I'm going to lose a lot of the strength and muscle and endurance that I've built up over the last 11 weeks that I've been going consistently. Belief is the same exact way. Again, it's a muscle that needs to be strengthened every single day. And if you miss a day, get back on it. Do not refuse to allow yourself to settle for mediocre belief. You must demand of yourself a stronger, greater belief than any obstacle, challenge, or adversity could hurt you with. Meaning, like, if there's a challenge or adversity that comes at you, like, you've got to have so much belief that that doesn't matter. That you can handle it courageously, confidently, and immediately. And you're not going to wait. You're not going to be held back. You're not going to be stopped. You will be unstoppable in the face of adversities and challenges and obstacles when you have the vision and you have complete, total belief that you will make it happen, that you can make it happen. Now, this is a different conversation for a different day, but there's a difference in positive psychology. There's a difference between hope and faith. Hope is a belief that you can act and do something. You can make something happen by your actions. Faith is a belief that something outside of you or someone outside of you or God or another person or an entity or whatever, something or someone outside of you can create a reality in your life without you having to do anything. So the reason I highlight that is to say, like, I believe all of these are important to get into, but I'm just suggesting a general belief that your vision is possible. Because if you have that belief, a hope, a faith, and optimism being a general expectancy that the future will be better than the present, If you have all of those things, and I know they are separate, but I'll categorize them as belief. If you have all of those things, then you're going to take confident, consistent action towards your dreams. And if you take confident, consistent action, as Wallace Waddle says in his book, while holding the vision of that future, and you act while holding the vision of the future that you want, then you will turn that vision into reality one day, eventually. I can't guarantee it's going to happen tomorrow or next week or even a year from now, but if you have a vision that you are so compelled by, you are so convicted and know for certain that it's meant for you, that you're destined to turn that dream into reality, then you'll persist and you will work through the challenges and the adversities and the obstacles in order that nothing will stop you. Now, you might say, I have a vision and I actually believe that it's possible, but if you're still feeling unmotivated, then it could be this third thing, which is a vital thing to keep track of. You might not actually care about the vision. If you don't actually care about the vision, why would you make the effort? Like, if you don't care about producing a result, you're not going to make the effort. Think about the problem that's happening in corporate America and just business generally. So many employees, the number's like, I don't know, somewhere between 70 and 80%. I could be totally off. Tell me if I am off, but I think it's in that ballpark. 70 to 80% of employees are disengaged, actively disengaged from work. They don't care. They're there to make a paycheck because they got to pay the bills, but they don't care about the work they do. How much effort do you believe those people are giving to the company they work for, to the clients that they serve, whether they directly are client-facing or they're behind the scenes? How much effort are they actually giving if they're actively disengaged because they don't care about the work they're doing? And if you're not, and if you don't care about the vision, even if you believe it's possible and you see it, you're like, I just don't even care if that becomes reality, then of course you're not going to feel motivated. You're going to feel motivated when you have reasons that are big enough and strong enough and compelling enough to get you to take decisive, confident action consistently over a long period of time. And that's what will produce results. And that is what will keep you motivated. And so if you don't actually care, you're not going to be motivated. So if you're looking at your vision and you believe it and you're like, you know what, I just don't even care about it, then you got to do the work to come up with a vision that you do care about. Maybe at one point in your life, a year ago or 6 months ago or 10 years ago, you cared about the vision. You cared about the mission. You cared about the purpose. You cared about the work that you do. But if you don't care about it now, then you gotta do the work, the mental work, putting pen to paper to think about what is the vision you do care about. What are the components of a future life that you're excited by? And when you do that work and you get clear on a vision that you actually care about, now you're going to feel motivated. And by the way, I think this is important to highlight. So the other thing about motivation is, I mentioned earlier, but motivation, you've got to remind yourself of the reasons, which is your motivation, on a consistent basis, basically every day. And there's this great book called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Daniel Kahneman has this whole book is awesome, but he has a quote that I absolutely love. And he says, nothing, you might want to write this one down if you're in a position to write things down. Nothing. Did you catch that first word? Nothing is as important as you think it is. Nothing is as important as you think it is in the moment that you're thinking it. So basically what he's saying is anytime you're thinking about something, you think it's really important. Like, oh, I gotta wash the car today. I'm making it up. Like, I gotta wash the car today. I gotta wash the car today. It's like in that moment, you're like, gosh, that's like the most important thing I need to do. I gotta wash the car today. But the reality is, that's probably like one of the least important things on your day. If you're still watching this video, probably means you got a lot bigger things that you care about, that you're concerned about, that you need to get handled and accomplished. So if you're thinking about something, the more you think about a thing, the more you think it's really important. The more you dwell on it, the more you give weight, energy, and precedence to that concept, that idea, or that concern, or that thing. The more you care about it, the more you think it's important. So this can be bad if you dwell on things that you worry about and you're concerned about, and fears and bad things happening or potentially happening. You're like, man, that something's going to happen in the world, and all you do is think about it. Then it's going to get a lot of your mental energy and attention. But here's the thing. Here's the cool thing. What if you use that in a positive way? What if you now start dwelling on and thinking about your vision every day? It actually becomes more important to you. Because nothing is as important as you think it is in the moment that you're thinking it also means anything that you're thinking about in the moment that you're thinking about, it's going to be more important than it actually is. Now, I'm not saying your vision's not important, but what I am saying is you're going to train your brain to believe that your vision is important. And if you train your brain to believe that your vision is important, then you're going to do the work consistently to make it happen. If you don't spend, back to where I started this conversation, if you're not investing time, effort, and energy in your vision, in thinking about it, in dwelling on it, in reminiscing on it, and thinking about the minute details on a regular basis, then it's not going to feel as important. And if you stop thinking about it often enough so that it no longer feels important, of course you won't have motivation. Now, friend, I know for certain that you're destined to do something incredible with your life, because you would not still be watching a video like this at this moment in time if you didn't know for certain, or at least have some type of knowingness that you're meant to do something special. So I simply want to encourage you. I want to give you words of faith and belief that your future can be bigger, brighter, and better than you've ever even imagined. I want to encourage you to stop thinking small and to start expanding your mind about what's possible, to believe bigger, to see a bigger, better, brighter future than you've ever seen before, and challenge yourself. Challenge yourself today to start envisioning bigger goals and bigger dreams and making a greater impact and having a bigger income and making a greater success of yourself in every area of life. I don't just mean in the business world. I mean as a parent, as a spouse, as a leader in your community, as a voice for positive change in the things that you care about, and sharing your message and doing the work that you do and serving your calling and purpose here on earth. And friend, I want to encourage you and continue to serve you. So if you want a completely free training that I did recently, go to the link in the description of this YouTube video and click. There's no email required. Go and watch it right now. I want to serve you, because if you believed anything that I said here and this resonates with you, then you're also going to believe what I share in this video, which is energy is everything. Energy is your superpower. If you've watched this video to any extent and be like, man, JJ's got a lot of energy. I was going to say it's no secret, but it's kind of a secret, because most people don't do the things that I'm going to tell you to do in this training video if you want incredible energy, because energy is everything. I heard Tony Robbins say one time at his Unleash the Power Within event that I attended live. He said, energy is power and everyone wants that. And so at that moment when he had that realization, just as I did when he said it, if I develop my energy, that is power, and I will be able to serve more people at a higher level because they will be attracted to the power of energy. And friend, you can develop it too. And so if you want to develop incredible energy, the energy of success, your energy superpower, go and watch this free training that I created for you by clicking the link in the description. Again, no email opt-in required, free, completely free. Go and watch it right now, and I hope it inspires you, encourages you, and empowers you to tap into more of this incredible superpower that you have access to, that we all have access to, but very few people actually invest time, effort, and energy into getting into. So click the link in the description of this episode. And if you love this YouTube channel, please, this video, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you loved and what other videos you'd love to hear from me, what other questions you might have from this video that I can answer for you in future videos. And from whatever you are going after, refuse to settle for anything less than your greatest potential and just keep going. You've got this.